we go. It's actually officially started now.
Good old clip clap.
Did he recruit you to be his roommate, or did you recruit David Jolly to be your roommate?
It's actually kind of serendipitous how it happened.
Yeah.
Well, I was originally planning on coming back in like the beginning of the year, like near New Year's.
Okay.
I was going through some depression and stuff.
Yeah.
Everybody does. Seasonal, just not really vibing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
But David Jolly was actually the guy who was like, "You ain't going nowhere. Like you got to stay here." You know what I mean? Like he was the guy who convinced me to stay there in the first place.
That's awesome.
And he had a friend who was looking for somebody to take over a lease portion or whatever. And I guess something fell through with their apartment with like some flooding, so like we all wound up in the same apartment, just kind of chilling.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean, I liked my roommates when I was there, but it's different because I mean I'm back here for the summer, but it's not because I'm sad or things weren't going well. I'll be honest with you, since like the beginning of the year, I've only done like 3 or 4 open mics.
Really?
Everything else I've been like every week I've been making sure I get like 1 or 2 book sets. Even if it's like I got something I got to bark for, even if I don't put it on Instagram, like I still just try to make sure I get the longer sets, because if I just do 3 minutes, it's like,
Hell
what
yeah.
am I
What's
really
the, what's the
fucking
longest set
working
you've
on?
done?
Longest set I've done? Actually, the longest set I did was here in Harrisonburg before
Really?
I ever left. Yeah.
What'd you do?
30 minutes.
30's a fucking long time. Did you do well for 30 minutes, or you just kind of like
Yeah,
chilling?
well, it was one of those things where like there was a little bit of a crowd, but like it was near Christmas time, so like not all the comics could come because of weather and shit.
Okay.
So that's one of those things where Travis was like, I don't care how long you do, just do it. Some people did like 14, so I just kept going. I just wrote down a bunch of bits I knew. I didn't write all my bits down. I was like, yeah, this will work. I'll just go up there. And I didn't realize it was like 27 minutes, and I could have done more, but it was like I even did a little crowd work at the end. I was like, what are we doing?
That's what I did last week at my mic. There was like 4 people that came. There was like one dude from Lynchburg, Zach, who comes all the time, and then 3 dudes from Roanoke, the Comedy Commission. You know who the Comedy Commission is?
I have no idea who that is.
They're just some dudes from Roanoke. There's CeeLo. It's 2 black dudes and a white dude. CeeLo is the one, and then Marcus, the Madster comic. He spells it all weird. And then I just met the 3rd one for the first time.
Is that the white guy?
It's the white guy. Yeah. No.
How do they do the lineup?
Actually, no. The white guy's Marcus. No.
If they're on a show together, do they go black guy, black guy to mix it up like Oreo style, or
no?
like?
That was the other thing. I was like, usually I make the order, and I'm like, that's the order. But I was like, what do y'all want the order to be? And he was like, Dustin Doo-Doo Brown first. Doo-Doo Brown's the white guy.
That's funny.
Yeah, Dustin Doo-Doo Brown.
The white
first.
guy is named Doo-Doo Brown.
Yeah. It's because he said it's because the bird shit on him when he was in high school. But
weird. First time I ever got high, I said the words "brew down," trying to say Doo-Doo Brown.
Brew down.
Brew down. I thought about making that a metal band.
My therapist caught me earlier. He was I forgot what I was saying, but I switched up the first letters of the words, and he was like, "Are you high?"
No, maybe.
Yeah, I said no at first. He was like, "You're high," and I was like,
Dude,
yeah.
my therapist never asked if I was high, but I'd literally be like 1 minute before we joined the Zoom call, and I'm just ripping a dab.
Yeah,
like this is gonna be good. I'm not gonna cry today.
No, and then he started roasting my shoes. He was like, "Fucking," he was like, "Are you allowed to wear those when you're not high?" I was like, I guess. I thought you were supposed to make me not want to kill myself.
What are those?
They're Birkenstocks, dude. Fucking Birkin boys.
Damn, Birkenstocks.
Yeah.
Is that where they got the idea for Crocs?
Papa Smurfs? I don't know, probably. Yeah, they're like, they're
Crocs are like foam Birkenstocks, I guess.
Crocs are, yeah. If Crocs are Birkenstocks from Walmart.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I think that's what they started off as, and then they became like an actual.
People are like, these are comfy, and like, you know.
Yeah, they're super comfy.
Super cheap, but they sell them for like $60 now.
You ever have a job where you wear Crocs at? You wear Crocs in the kitchen ever?
No, I'm not. I mean, I've worked in so many kitchens. I've done catering and like all sorts of. I'm not a Crocs guy.
I like a pair
also,
of Crocs, dude.
You go find a size 15 Croc.
I figured Crocs would be the one shoe you could get a size 15 in, just because they shit.
I've seen a 13, and a 13 fit all right, so I could probably squeeze by on a 14.
You can get those like the Crocs Mischief collab.
What the fuck is that?
You haven't seen like the big red boots?
Oh, like the Astro Boy boots?
Yeah, they did a Crocs version. Crocs
only if they were
version.
blue, and I could like get a Mega Man attachment with it.
No, they were yellow.
Oh damn!
Fucking big yellow pieces of shit.
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's hard finding shoes because I wear 14, 15 depending on the brand. Usually 15. Like finding shoes in general is just hard, so I'm not a Crocs guy. Even if they would fit, I'm just not.
I feel like you could rock a 12 in Crocs and it'd fit like a 15.
I tried a 13 and it barely fit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked at it. I looked at Crocs, but it's not for like a kitchen. I was like a closed toe, enclosed, tied up shoe.
It's a good, yeah. I had the closed toe Crocs, like the ones with the solid back.
Right.
And
I don't know.
I worked at Panic. They would get caked up with shit though, and you'd still just slide around.
One of my best friends, a chef to this day. I used to work for him. We used to work together, and he wore them all the time, and he loved them. But I just couldn't. Something in me. I'm just not that gay. No.
Yeah, dude. I'm
just and he had some that had flames on them. I was like, oh yeah, you got to get some stickers for them too, buddy.
Yeah.
Do the flames make them faster? Like, and, it's silly.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I didn't have fucking gibbets for my Crocs, dude. Like,
dude,
I had a couple as a grown man.
I worked with some teenagers that had like stock full of just. Are they called gibbets?
Yeah.
I called them giblets, and I knew that was wrong. But
yeah, they're giblets.
Giblets.
Giblets are what you get out of a turkey.
Oh yeah, the giblets.
Yeah. They're fucking bumping in there. You won't be able to hear it on the mic.
That's fine. Yeah.
There's no. We do the. I said this on the last one, but like when we do the one in at Bricks, it's always right next to a fucking jukebox. There's 2 jukeboxes, and they're both on the side of the room we do podcasts on. So it just blast. We just yell over Bruno Mars while we do it.
Oh hell yeah! I mean, I've never heard it in the back. I've watched your podcast.
Have you been to Bricks?
I've not been to Bricks.
Never been to Bricks?
No. So I did Khaled's mic that he did like right before I left for Texas. At another spot. I can't remember the name of it, but it wasn't great. There was no AC.
Redbeard?
No.
It was the.
I don't think does Bricks have an upstairs?
That was literally that was gonna be my next thing I asked. I was gonna say, did he say he did it upstairs somewhere? Because that's the only like thing I can.
I don't know.
Really
I don't know if
remember.
that spot that he did it at's still open anymore. Honestly.
Yeah. I think Pompeii.
I honestly couldn't tell you.
I think it's Pompeii.
I did it once. But I haven't like thought about it.
I think it's Pompeii, and then there's another one that people talk about that used to exist, but the place is reopened now. It's called the Milk Parlor, but I can't remember what it used to be called in Blacksburg. Everybody's like, "Oh, it's the greatest open mic spot ever."
Really?
I don't know.
Even in Austin, I brag about this spot here.
It's a fucking. When I was telling Francisco about it, I was like, "This is I was like, I've never been to Kill Tony, but like this is." I don't know. It's not Kill Tony, but it's like it's a huge fucking crowd of comedians.
It's kind of wild the size of audiences here.
Yeah.
You'll never see an open mic in Austin that has that size of an audience. That's not like a ticketed show. Even I've done ticketed shows that have less of an audience than this open mic has sometimes.
Oh yeah,
which is
ticketed
wild.
show that I've ever produced.
But it's a supply and demand thing.
People.
See, in Austin, there's so many comedy, and I love the Austin scene. I know didn't know if you wanted to ask about it, but
yeah.
It's one of those things where like there's so many open mics and there's so many spots to do shows that people have so many options, like where they're going to go and what they're going to see. But here, there's not a lot. If people want to go see comedy, how many comedy shows go on in here during a week?
What's the
one, maybe 2?
Yeah.
Like, whereas there's something every night in Austin.
Yeah.
But there's a lot larger population, more tourism. So I bark for shows that suck sometimes.
Yeah.
People either don't. You got to really feel people out when you're barking for shows. Like these people look like they're just kind of like not up to anything. They don't really have an agenda.
Yeah.
Those are your people.
Yeah.
A guy on
Bored
a date.
people.
You offer it to his date. She's like, oh my god, and she seems interested. The guy doesn't give a fuck. He just wants to go to the next bar. But it's. Austin's cool because it is such a huge scene.
Yeah.
But that can be a detriment at a certain point when you have so many waves of comics coming in, looking for time, looking to do sets, and it's something you really have to establish yourself as a comic and like let people see that you can do it.
It's crazy to me there's enough foot traffic because they like do barking there. But, like I guess it's like busy.
Oh yeah, well I mean especially on the weekend, like some of my favorite shows are at Vulcan. It's like a midnight show that my buddy Monfort and Mason, they both run the show. And it's a midnight show.
Fuck yeah.
But on that whole 6th Street area, on 6th Street, there's like 6 different spots to do comedy. Just on that one street.
Okay. Yeah.
But they shut the street down at night, so people are just walking everywhere. So
Nice.
it's heavy foot traffic.
Weeknights too?
Not so much weeknights, but like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they definitely lock that road down. You can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bars, college kids, people coming in for something specific. Like it's.
You have like a favorite room, like not even like a mic, but just like what's the best? Even if you haven't even done comedy there, would you say like?
I personally, I mean, it's hard to use the Mothership as an example.
Yeah.
Because I got on Kill Tony twice.
Yeah.
To a sold out room, fully packed. That's a crazy experience.
Yeah.
But I only really did a minute of comedy on each one, so it's not like I did like a full set. It felt different.
Yeah.
It's unique. You got a band behind you. There's a panel of people. you're just trying to focus on your material, and then you got to do an interview, which you're not used to doing on a stage.
Yeah.
You know, so all of that's really weird. So I would say the Mothership, if I had actually performed there, I've gotten on like the open mic there.
Yeah.
And, you know, performed in that room, and I did well. But I can at least say I've been on both stages. But as far as like, because that's a fantastic club. It just is. Like, I mean, it's built that way.
Have you been to like the Cellar or like the store? Like
I have not.
Comedy Works? I haven't either. Like the...
They don't have that out there.
Yeah.
That's mostly LA, I think.
Yeah. No, I know like the store, fucking Cellar in New York, and then now the Mothership are like, they're the shit. They're
right.
They're the spots.
The coolest spot to go hang out at least, even if you're not going to perform, is the Creek in the Cave. Yeah. It's a sister club of the one in New York.
Well, Cali got a Creek in the Cave tattoo on his fucking calf.
Yeah,
dude.
I'm surprised he got that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick.
No, it's sick.
Yeah.
Like, but no, I love it's fun to go watch shows there. They do a roast heckle mic on Sundays called Banana Phone. That's fucking awesome. So like one of the best shows you can watch on a Sunday.
Is there still do they still record Legion of Skanks at Creek in the Cave in New York? Or is that like do they like move to Austin?
No, I think they're still in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean the Legion of Skanks guys do come in every so often, at least Louis J. Gomez and different ones.
I just mean, did the Creek in the Cave?
So
I thought they used to record. I thought the Creek in the Cave used to be in New York.
Yeah, there's two clubs now. It's a sister club. Like it's attached to it.
Nice.
So I think one of the co-owners or the owners from New York came down to open this one up in Austin.
That makes sense.
And it has a great patio area where all the comics mingle. And
do they have Skankfest in Austin?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised they did at some point.
Yeah.
You know. But excuse me, burping to your mic. My bad.
That's what it's for.
Yeah, just for burping. But
shitting and burping. Yep.
I do think it's a great hang at the Creek in the Cave. Like that's such a fun place to go do anything really. But I think my favorite place to perform though, because I've done like Sunset Strip and different, you know, one of the bars on 6th Street became a full-time comedy club recently.
Yeah.
My buddy Leo started doing shows there, and now they do comedy 7 days a week.
Hell yeah.
So like places where people used to solely do music are now comedy.
Have you been to that Black Rabbit one that fucking Francisco does?
So I actually never really made it over to Black Rabbit.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot going, but see, the last couple months I've had a hard time with like working.
Yeah.
Doing sets, going out and doing. I just hadn't really been there, and they do some cool shows there. They do the Absolute Show, and I got buddies that do sets there. But it's something I was going to check out once I got back.
Yeah.
It's just I kind of just like got in my routine of certain clubs I went to and stopped reaching out to certain ones. But I mean, there's all sorts of clubs and stuff outside of the direct main strip there.
Are there like different like factions in the Austin comedy scene? Like obviously, I assume there are. Like there's fucking everywhere. There's different crowds of people. But like, or does everybody kind of just like function as like a group?
There are. Okay, well, what I was gonna get at was my favorite place to perform was the Vulcan.
Yeah,
I love doing the Vulcan just because it was always usually a good crowd and I did well.
Yeah.
But as far as like, there's like cliques and like groups of people. They all kind of. It's kind of like when you have like friends in high school, and it's like, oh, we got this friend group, but sometimes those friends also overlap with another friend group. And then you've also got groups of comics that are from similar areas. Okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So like, there's a lot of Orlando comics.
Yeah.
But the Orlando comics also mix in with like this certain club or.
Oh, that's fucking weird.
You know, the Mothership crew is kind of like the Mothership crew, and then like, but they're not like exclusionary. It's just they're usually at the Mothership.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you know, they can tell there's like certain groups, like certain ones come from like the Northwest, certain ones come from California. Other people know each other from like Pittsburgh, and like there's been some more Philadelphia people there. Like Shane Gillis and them moved there.
Hell yeah.
And like, you know, their producer and podcast people all came. So like you meet them, then you meet other Philly people, and it's like, oh, this is a new mix. Like,
you met old fucking Lemaire, dude?
Yeah, Lemaire's cool as shit, dude.
He did Zach hosted a show, the Lemaire headline.
Oh really?
Yeah, he had him as a headliner.
Oh hell yeah. No, Lemaire's like super down to earth. He's a nerd.
Yeah.
Like I remember one time me and my buddy Dusty were just out and we just mentioned Dragon Ball Z. We're talking about Dragon Ball, like anime shit.
Yeah.
And he was just walking. I didn't even see Lemaire come up behind me. He was walking by and he's like, y'all talking Dragon Ball? And I was like,
he just appeared like
yeah.
a fucking.
And he like apologized. Like, I'm sorry, I do this. I interrupt. I was like, no, please join. Like, you want a nerd? Let's nerd, bro. You got the right guy. Dude. Like, I've got a Pokemon tattoo. Like,
he fucking autismed on y'all about Dragon Ball Z.
Just walking by. Yeah.
He made an awkward interruption of a conversation.
I do that.
About Dragon Ball. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no.
One of us.
Yeah. But no, Lemaire's cool as shit. He's always hanging out. He does a show with Sean Gardini at Creek Cave.
Nice.
Yeah. It's like Optimus something. I forget it. It's a cool name, but they you know, they're all cool guys, and Lemaire's so down to earth.
Yeah.
And it's weird because, like, some people walk, do you know who that is? I'm like, that's Lemaire. They're like, yeah, that's Lemaire Lee.
That's hilarious.
I was like, yeah. They're like, yeah, he's a part of Matt and Shane's podcast. So I was like, yeah.
That's hilarious. Dude.
And they like get really weird. And I was like, he's just a dude. Like, I met him.
You think every comedian I know, like
I felt bad one time. I joked about him. I made a joke in front of him. And I got anxiety about it because about like, oh, this guy just wants to talk to you because of the whatever. Yeah. And I shouldn't have said it, but I was like having an anxiety attack and shouldn't have been out and about anyways.
Yeah.
So I was just spouting shit out. Like
whatever.
But nah, he's super cool. And you just meet all sorts of people. And you never know. Some people go there and they become stars. Some people kind of just like float around at the open mics where people don't see them.
Did you meet or know Trish Smart?
I met her. Yeah. She actually runs a ladies' night show at Shakespeare's Pub.
Yeah, she popped into the same place I met fucking Francisco at, the Big Lick open mic in Roanoke.
Oh hell yeah,
she was there.
No, Trish is cool.
Longer set at the end, she was fucking good.
Yeah, she had a great showing on Kill Tony too.
Yeah, she's good.
She's popular in the scene. Like,
yeah, there's
certain names that you see a lot, or you just see certain people a lot, and it's like you kind of get used to it.
She just was just like driving a van around doing comedy. I think that's what I want to. If I don't move to like Austin or New York or LA for my next thing, I'm like gonna rent an RV and just like tour around. And
I mean, honestly, I traveled across country a couple times back and forth. I mean, I've done comedy in Florida, Nashville, New Orleans, and a couple spots.
It'd be cool to like plot out like a fucking like indie rock style tour where you just like.
Yeah, but actually, like book sets, not just like let me show up and do these open mics in different cities, because that doesn't feel the same either. You know what I mean?
Step my fucking clip game up or whatever. I don't know how people get booked anywhere other than the Southern.
Right. Well, I mean, also what I've learned in Austin is sometimes there are people on shows that maybe don't have the credentials to be on shows, but they know the right people, or they're friends with the person running the show, which happens.
It's fucking
that
everywhere.
happens. That's anywhere.
Yeah.
But then there's also just asking. That was one thing David Jolly taught me. He's like, I don't know. He's like, I don't know any of these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just gotta walk up and ask. Now, granted, David Jolly's name carries a little more weight than mine does from his multiple appearances, and he's also just a fantastic comic. Like, he's a killer dude.
I'm not knocking David Jolly. I've never seen the man do comedy in my fucking life.
No, ever. But it's one of those things where like he felt like he couldn't ask people, or he convinced me that it's okay to just ask sometimes.
Yeah.
Even if you got to bark or they want you to send in a clip, like sometimes you just gotta approach people.
Yeah.
And that's something weird for me because I'm not used to having to approach people to be on a show to. I feel like I'm imposing or I'm intruding because of my own social weirdness. You know what I mean?
I feel like I don't know whether it'd be worse or better there, because like there, I feel like you might feel like you're like in the same town as them and you're going to have to run into them again. Or like here, it's like if you ask somebody to be on a show, there are 4 people running shows. So like,
right.
You can't, like how many fucking no's do you have to get before you're like, all right, well, you hate me and now.
Right, but where are you trying to book shows at? Like Richmond? Fuck Richmond.
No, I don't.
I'll say that publicly.
Like
I'm not a fan of the Richmond comedy scene.
So like,
I'm just not.
I used to reach out to people.
Select ones I like, but for the most part, they're kind of toxic.
Yeah,
and they can quote me on that. I don't give a fuck.
I haven't fucking been to know whether or not it's toxic, but like
most of mine's just interactions with people here.
Like from Richmond. Yeah. No, I don't like. I guess some people are dicks. I don't even think of anybody like that.
Well, no, it's not like I have any particular person in mind. It's just they all seem like they have some drama towards each other. They don't seem like a community.
They're not tight knit. Yeah.
They don't seem like they support each other as comics.
Yeah.
And that's my whole thing in Austin is like I like supporting people. I like seeing people get opportunities, or you root for the person that gets on Kill Tony because it's an opportunity. I'm very much an uplifting comic.
I think that's why it's such a free you can say shit in Austin that you can't say here. Like,
you can say anything anywhere, bitch.
That's what they say, but you can. But do you want to argue with a fucking angry lady after you say it?
I've argued with worse.
Yeah.
At this point, you know what I mean? Like,
it's not like that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't avoid.
Well,
if I think someone's funny, I'm gonna try it.
I'm still under the impression of you can say whatever.
Yeah.
I will say in Austin. I mean, believe it if you want, but there's a lot of people who say retard and faggot.
Yes.
But the problem is most people don't have a joke about it. Yeah. You have to actually be making a funny point or have a reason to say it. Don't just say it because you think you can say it because you're in Austin. You got to have something to back it up, or else you just kind of look like a retarded faggot. You know what I mean?
Dude, when Francisco's a really good joke where the punchline, I don't want to say the joke, but it
right. I know the joke you're talking about.
Faggot, but he said that at Big Lick, and just lost the room, dude. People started like walking out. It was shitty. Like I felt bad. I was like,
Yeah.
damn.
But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. I love that joke personally. I've seen Francisco a bunch of times. Like,
no, and then I asked him how the set went, and I don't even think he noticed. Like, he was just like, fine. Like, I was just like, but it upset me. I was like, dude, that's the best joke I've ever fucking heard.
And people are
you
mad.
walking out from. Yeah, it's like not homophobic. It's just
it's just people hear one thing and they get triggered.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna get triggered, don't go to a comedy show. That's my best advice.
Yeah.
If there are certain words or people, certain subject matters, like, oh, I don't want to hear anybody talk about suicide. I'm like, well, we're comics and we're all sad. It might come up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember one time I was like, I bombed here. It was so, I bombed here, and some guy, I was like, I did the sign off, like, I'm going to go run into traffic or whatever. And then, like a guy like walked up to me after, he's like, are you okay? I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I know, but yeah, dude, I'm fucking fine. Like,
that is one thing. We have so many mics. You will get comfortable bombing there.
but when I'm already comfortable bombing, but like when the guy walked up and asked, I was like, am I?
Am I actually emotionally okay after that?
Yeah.
And does this guy questioning me make it any better?
Yeah, it made it so much worse.
Yeah.
When he was like, are you serious? I'm like, no, dude.
No, I'm terrible.
Yeah.
I'm having a bad time.
Yeah. No, just bad at comedy. It's fine.
But I've also seen enough bad sets to know, because there's sometimes the comics that are there. I mean, some of them are younger anyways, but they're fresh at comedy. Then there's older people who are fresh at comedy.
Yeah, that's the worst. Dude.
So that was a real thing for me, was trying, because there are some newer comics that I really vibed with just as friends.
Yeah.
But when you move there, you don't know how long anybody's doing. You're just looking for people to connect with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, at a certain point, though, I really wanted to hang around with comics who have been, because I've been doing it 4.5 years. I wanted to hang out with people who have been doing it a similar amount of time as me, because they kind of get the ebb and flow of like what we've done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As opposed to talking to somebody who's been doing it 2 months and their sense of comedy is a little skewed next to yours as far as like how to structure a joke and what they think is funny and what works.
Yeah.
He may not have as good of a grasp on it as the guy who's been doing it 6 years. And I feel more comfortable talking to him about my set. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it was also, it was cool. A big thing for me first moving there was finding another Virginia comic, which is more Virginia comics there than I thought there'd be.
Who'd you find, dude?
Well, Khalid first told me about Audrey Scott.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know Audrey from here.
Yeah.
She's from Roanoke. Certain comics say they know Audrey. I never met her before, but
Yeah.
she was running the open mic that goes on during Kill Tony when it was still at Shakespeare's.
Okay.
And I heard her announce herself on the mic. I was like, oh, that's the person Khalid told me to introduce myself to. And I introduced myself because one guy had really rubbed me wrong, so I asked to borrow a lighter, and he acted like I was intruding on his space once I stood there to light it.
Yeah.
Like someone just like really rubbed me wrong, so I just kind of kept to myself for that first day.
Yeah.
But then I met her, and she was very much like, oh no, we have each other's backs. And immediately was like, hey guys, this is Spencer. He's new. He's from Virginia. And like just introduced me to people.
Fuck yeah.
And once you meet like a couple people that are cool with you, it's easier to branch out. But when you're first there, it's like, I don't know. There's so many fucking people here.
Damn, dude, a Roanoke comic.
Yeah.
Roanoke is like I
know.
like
well, I think
everybody
the thing
in
with
Roanoke,
she
but
was
they
like
hate each
running
other.
mics there and stuff, and like it just
Yeah.
wasn't popping. So I think that's why she went to go to Austin.
Yeah.
But then she introduced me to some other Virginia comics who wound up becoming good buddies of mine. The one was Scott Wharton, who used to run the Fredericksburg mic that I first did comedy at.
Fuck yeah.
But he stopped running it like a week or two before I started. So I never met him.
How far away from fucking Fredericksburg is where you drove from? Like, where?
I'm from Orange.
Okay.
Orange,
yeah.
where I am in Orange, where I lived, was the exact same distance from here as it is to Fredericksburg.
All right. So like
30. 35, 40 minutes, 45 minutes tops with traffic. So like I just went to Fredericksburg because I knew there was going to be less likely people I knew for my first time doing comedy.
Yeah.
I might eat shit. I didn't do bad actually for my first time.
Yeah, I did my first open mic in Richmond. I did really poorly. I did okay the first time. The second time I did poorly. Third time I did kind of really good.
I did well my first like 5-6 sets.
Yeah.
Then my 7th one was right before COVID hit. And I told some jokes about hitting a lady in a wheelchair.
They loved it.
No.
Oh.
That was my first bad bomb.
Yeah.
First real bad bomb. There was a table full of women who hated me. It wasn't good.
Yeah.
But that's how it goes, you know?
Like, buckle up. I got some edgy shit.
Hold up. She
Yeah.
rolled with the punches. Like, but, and it was all me being silly. It was a joke.
Yeah.
But, what I was getting at, though, it was nice to have people from your community, or at least from your area down there.
Yeah, that's sick.
Like, became really close with Scott. And then there's Monford Davis, who's been on they've both been on Kill Tony several times.
Nice.
But Monford's fucking hilarious. I love that guy so much. He reminds me of a good old Virginia guy.
Hell yeah, where's Monford from?
Richmond.
Okay.
But he also used to do stuff in Fredericksburg and things like that. And
nice.
then there's Michael Ridley, who's from like Newport News area.
Okay.
And then the one I met most recently, like a month and a half ago, was Will Merrick, who started here. There was a comic from Charlottesville, from the Southern, that was in Austin already, and I didn't know it.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who the fuck.
And he was really funny. I'd never met him. I've heard his name here.
Yeah.
But, you know, he's big into the Black Rabbit Comedy Club. I think he plays, like, saxophone and stuff.
Oh, really?
For a certain show. Yeah.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
I've seen him open up a house show playing saxophone, and then he did a set later on. He was funny. I liked Will. Will's a chill dude.
It's like hilarious how many people fucking
but I didn't
do comedy.
I just didn't expect to meet so many Virginia comics in Texas. You know what I mean?
You taking a stool, Gunner?
Even met a girl from Northern Virginia like 2 weeks ago who said she's coming back this way for the summer as well. So see if she wants to do some shows.
I don't know anybody like that does comedy in Northern Virginia. I got a lighter.
She said she's from like Bristol.
I borrowed a lighter from this dude Evie Demi, to DC guy at the Sandman open mic one time. But that's like the only person.
I need to check out DC more.
Yeah.
I just haven't traveled up there to do stuff. But I like trying book sets, not just randomly try and get on open mics.
I think I'm going to go up there to not buy mushrooms in like a week or two.
Yeah.
A
lot of those.
I need to. There was a week where the mic here was canceled, and there was like a group of people that went up, and I was going to tag along, but I signed up too late for the open mic. So
gotcha. Online signups.
Yeah, I'm kind of mad I didn't get to go.
So that's the thing with Austin. A lot of mics start moving to online signups because, well, you got to think. You go to some mics, and there's like 50 signups.
Oh yeah,
easy.
Even here, like I don't even think it's a bad idea to have it here. Like,
yeah, but that's 50 signups on a mic when there's 9-10 other mics going on.
Yeah,
it's like holy shit, dude. I mean, there's got to be easily 300 comics in that area, and growing because there's new waves coming. By the time I do go back there, there's probably gonna be 2 or 3 waves that come in.
Oh, that fucking documentary that is coming out right now about the mothership. That's gonna bring in every
the Nighthawks
retard
thing.
Yeah, within a 6,000 mile radius. I think it's gonna make it pop harder.
It's just having the community support it within that one small area. Like there's so many options, and I just worry that there's going to be congestion, and there's going to be a lot of people trying to promote shows, and there's too many options for the amount of people that are there.
I mean, that's not even hard to do here. Like, if you do more than one, like, or 2 or 3 comedy shows a week, then you're like risking it. Like,
right.
Yeah, it's like you might have a crowd.
That's why I was thinking about doing some outer skirts things here when I run shows.
That's a good idea. Super rural areas, like that dude Jai who does the show in Coyote Hole in Lake Anna, where it's like just people chilling at the lake who don't have shit else to do.
I need to check that one out because I know Jamar's on it, but my mom lives not far from Lake Anna.
Yeah, no, and everybody there is like the most, it's old white people, so you can.
That's who I murdered on Saturday.
That's
dude.
what I'm saying.
It was old white
best.
people.
You can say whatever the fuck around them, and it's all good.
I'm used
if
to
you say it like a joke,
dude.
Laugh.
That was the weird thing about like Texas is a lot of my audiences were not just old white people. It was young people. It was college students. It was a lot of Mexicans. I don't mean that.
Yeah.
It's just Texas. I mean, there's the Walmart I went to was the Mexican Walmart.
If there's that
Walmart is like a playground for Mexican children.
If you get a Mexican crowd, they get kind of like not pissed, but like less satisfied if you're not doing Spanish comedy.
No, they know what to expect. Yeah. They don't expect Spanish comedy.
Okay.
If you're coming to a comedy show, they're pretty much like banking, unless it's like marketed as like Spanish speaking.
Yeah.
I don't think they come in expecting that, honestly. They love the new part of my beans bit I threw in.
Frijoles, dude?
No. It's after I do the black beans part and I do mixed beans. But I did get mugged by a bunch of Mexicans. Or mugged by some mean Mexicans, some real jumping beans. And I had this one Mexican guy. He's like, jumping beans. And I was like, I got you, bitch. Like
they probably got all awkward. They were like, is he doing the bean thing? Because we're here.
Huh?
So,
because they're
yeah.
No, I never actually say the word beaners.
Yeah,
that's the joke that everybody tells me to make. I'm like, no.
Yeah, you're like, no. That's just
it's supposed to be clever, not mean.
Yeah. God, I haven't heard that since fucking Carlos Mencia was a active comedian.
Yeah, it's not really something I ever said anyways.
I think he was just trying.
It's just a hard R that doesn't carry any weight. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
His shit came out right around Chappelle's show time, so I think he was trying to he's like, I have a slur I can say too.
Yeah.
Chappelle shows. You want a nicotine pouch, Spencer?
I actually would.
Dude, fuck yeah.
I actually got into Zins.
Dude, I like those.
Well, I've been trying not to smoke. Is my thing.
I love cigarettes. I haven't smoked one in like a year.
But yeah, no, if I do nicotine, typically I do have a backup vape or something like that, but like I'm trying to get off that too. Just lung health, longevity.
Yeah.
I'm back into exercising. My job requires a lot of physical strength. I'm trying to lose weight again. I put weight on in Texas. I put on like 70 pounds at one point.
Really? Did you put all the barbecue?
Huh?
All the barbecue?
More so late night eating.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I haven't eaten today. That's my bad part. I don't eat in the morning.
Fuck me up. If I live in Texas, if I could eat meat. Oh, yeah. Do you still have, does Alpha Gal still fuck you up?
Yeah, well, I eat meat sometimes. Or, like, the options sometimes aren't always gluten-friendly.
Yeah.
Or gluten-free friendly. So, like, I more so react to the gluten than the meat.
I was going to say, which one fucks you up more?
Gluten, but the meat will cause, like, rashes and stuff. And, like, you know, sometimes I'll like, man, let me get a Diddy dog. And I eat bread and meat and cheese and a bunch of bullshit I shouldn't eat. And then I regret it for a week. And then I go 2 weeks. I'm like, man, let me get a Diddy Dog. Diddy Dog's like this food truck I made college try down there. Comes with all this crazy shit on it. It looks just like the picture when they give it to you.
Who makes the Rogan burger? Is that another food truck?
That was Not a Damn Chance burger.
Yeah.
I wanted to try it, but it had so much shit on it that would fuck me up, dude.
Yeah, you would have died.
Oh, it looks so good. I saw people eating it during South by.
Yeah, it had like brisket and everything on it.
Oh, dude, it looked fucking, dude. To ever be upset about not having bread, meat, or cheese, to look at that burger, you're just like,
dude, Chili's.
It's almost worth dying.
Fucking Chili's had a burger for a while. I think it was like the Boss or something. It had like rib meat. Brisket.
I've been in a Chili's like once.
Oh, dude, I used to go to the same Chili's every week for like 2 years. I used to go watch football there with my friend.
I've known people who like find a specific Chili's they like and they just commit to that Chili's for forever.
That was Chili's was our spot. Chili's by Lynchburg Airport. We fucking ran into Tech 9 there one time.
Oh, what?
Yeah, he was just there like chilling.
Oh, yeah. I've seen Tech 9 live like 3 or 4 times.
I think he was eating there. He just landed. He was going to go perform live in front of Spencer Boone.
Oh, yeah. Blue Ridge Rock Fest. Yeah. He was waiting for me.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
He was backstage, like, I can't go on until I see him. And I was like, hey, I'm here, man. Here's your mask. I was holding his mask.
It was cool. Weird. He's a tiny guy. I didn't know.
He's not very big.
Blow up his spot, but he's a tiny
I saw him on a smaller stage one time where we were like really close to him. It was like an after party show at the festival. And I got real close. I was like fucked up. I just gotten out of Slipknot. I've been tripping all day. Like it was a long day. And then I was like, man, let me go check this guy. I got up to like the barrier and I was like, thought he was taller. Like, that immediate, like, this guy looks much smaller than anticipated. Like,
dude, you just saying tripping at a Slipknot show. Like, you said you had panic attacks just, like, walking around. Thinking about being on...
I don't have panic attacks when I trip, though. I have nothing but good trips.
I've never had a panic attack when I'm tripping, either.
I've never had a bad trip, either.
I've had horrible ones. Not multiple, really. I've had, like, one really bad one.
Steady C was poking back here. Don't you tell nobody. Steady C, you ain't seen shit.
Said he's fucking...
He poked back here real quick.
It's his anniversary today.
Yeah, I know. That's why I came back.
Oh, you
came back here just for Steady C's one. I didn't fucking know.
Get Steady C in here, dude. Get Steady C on the pod.
Oh, God.
Bomb on the pod.
Man, I'm too hot for this.
Yeah. There's no white women in here to yell at. He wouldn't know what to do.
God. Yeah, but that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
But I like tripping at concerts if I can.
I've never tripped at a concert.
I have whole bits about it.
I've never been around more than like...
One time I walked up over a hill and Gojira was just starting. Do you know who Gojira is? French metal band.
Yeah, they sound like... It sounds like God, like when the Japanese people say Godzilla.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. They were originally called Godzilla.
Oh.
Then changed it to Gojira for copyright reasons. Do you know what Godzilla means or what Gojira means?
No.
A lot of people think Godzilla is like this giant like reptile.
Yeah.
Or he's like a giant dinosaur.
Yeah.
Both the words that make up Godzilla are mammals. Gorilla whale.
Gorilla whale.
Godzilla translated is gorilla whale. So if you took a whale and then fused it with a gorilla, that's Godzilla, supposedly.
Yeah.
I
think that sounds right because it doesn't sound... When I listen to people speak Japanese, it sounds like half of it is just English, like with the word "oo" or like the sound "oo" on the end. Yeah, they're like karu, waifu, like they're just like they don't.
Well, depending on the word, yeah.
They're like, God damn it, they can't. Good word for that. We'll just put a "oo" on it and call it Japanese.
I want to get back to learning Japanese. Actually,
you were learning Japanese?
When I was younger, I started learning some in a book.
Damn, dude.
And then I don't know. Like I can count in Japanese still.
I kind of want to have one of those kids that like reads
Ichi,
manga
san,
backwards.
Shi, go, roku, sichi, hachi, kuju, juichi, juni, jusan, juichi. And then you just add the whatever number to the other number to keep getting.
Just base 10, baby.
Yeah.
I had a community college math teacher break down base 10 to me, and now I feel 100% less dumb.
What is
with
base
numbers.
10?
It's just like, that's how numbers work. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The only numbers that really exist are 1 through 9. Everything else is a figment of your imagination and a way to count tens.
Okay.
Like, so like 300 is just 30 times 10.
Yeah.
3 times. Yeah, it's just.
Yeah.
It's all real.
It's all
simple.
300s or
The shit
3010s or 65s or.
It's some like he taught me this and I was like this. If they'd have taught me this in first grade, I would have not fucked up in math.
How'd you not grasp that though?
They didn't teach it. They
didn't teach that there's only like select amount of numbers and they just kind of keep adding.
Well, they teach
doubling,
that, but they don't like break it down like a intellectual Arabic man does, where he's where he's like really.
So if they said it with an accent, you would have grasped it a little better.
If they were just from there, they didn't even have to have the accent.
Yeah, why not? But I don't know. I was always good at math.
Yeah,
sadly,
I'm fucking horrible.
Oh, I was done with all my math credits by 10th grade. I started taking high school math in like 7th grade.
Yeah, I was in like
I was done with algebra and geometry by the time I hit high school.
They had me in the all advanced curriculum, and then I got to like 8th grade, and they tried to put me in pre-algebra, like the high school credit class, and they were like, "This boy is dumb as shit."
Oh, pre-algebra in 8th grade. Okay.
Yeah. They had to throw me back to the.
See, I was in regular algebra in 7th grade. Like
that's what I mean. I don't fucking remember. Whatever. One of the
pre-geometry.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, when I went to Charlottesville High School for a little bit, I didn't realize I was so far ahead of most. So when I switched over, I went over for a semester my freshman year.
Okay.
My freshman year in my math class, I was taking Algebra 2, and everyone in there was a junior or a senior. And I was like, what? You guys are just behind?
Yeah.
Is Orange really a good school? And I realized much later on, no, they're not. They're not a good school.
Not a good school?
No. There are kids that graduate from Orange that I worked with who could not count.
We're the demographics in Orange. Just a bunch of white people?
Mostly white, certain population black, some Mexican. Well, people say Mexican, but mostly like El Salvadorians, Hondurans, Guatemalans, Puerto Ricans,
Yeah.
Not really. I've seen Mexicans. I knew there's a difference. Like, you are not like my El Salvadorian neighbor. They're all so small, dude. I've never felt so big in my life.
Yeah.
Full-grown men, dressed out, decked out to go to the club, and they're like barely coming to my chest. And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Like,
they can shop at the Baby Gap so they can afford nicer clothes.
it's like if everything in Willy Wonka was covered in tahini. Like, that's what it looked like.
Do they use a lot of tahini? Or is that just a thing that white people think Mexicans
No,
do?
dude. If it's like candy or if it's like anything kind of sweet, they'll throw tahini all over that shit. Sweet, spicy, like seasoning. Like,
I don't know if I've had tahini.
You can get snacks at the stores down there just covered in tahini.
My ex used to put tahini on a bunch of shit.
I used it a little bit, but then I realized there's like some stuff in it I shouldn't have. I think it has some weed in it.
Yeah.
Like as like a binder.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
but I'm not really sure. I don't know. It could be dumb. I'm probably
tahini
dumb.
just reminds me of dumb bitch.
Taste of tahini.
Yeah.
Whore. No.
Yeah. Tastes like cheating.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Tastes like unfaithful women.
Yeah. No, she didn't cheat on me, but
that's good.
I've tried to do like a bit about it where it's like, yeah, my girlfriend, she didn't cheat on me, but she was like so pumped. She like got with a guy like right after me, and she was so pumped about not cheating on me.
She was pumped about
that, like,
the fact she didn't have to cheat.
Yeah, that I know. And it made me feel worse because I know like the build up for like that like post not cheating for that long sex must have been incredible. And that makes me feel good because that means that I'm still kind of the reason why my girlfriend came for the first time in 2 years.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Still on me, baby.
Yeah, dude.
You're welcome.
That was my fault.
That was my goodbye gift to you.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
Yeah, dude. Just a lot of pulling back.
I've never really been cheated on that I know of. I mean, I had a girl, like, we kind of like separated because she was leaving, and then like 2 days later she's in a relationship online, and we're like, oh, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
There's some overlap there.
Yeah.
That's a little quick. Like,
yeah, that's basically what happened to me. I was like,
that's how it goes.
Yeah, just out of nowhere. She's like, I don't want to be with you anymore. And I'm like, okay.
Well, the thing with us, it was a distance thing, and she got with a guy who's from a county over from me.
Yeah.
I was like, that doesn't seem like a distance thing.
Not a good reason.
But, that's the past. You're young. You're dumb. I mean, yours seems pretty recent, and I'm sorry.
It's okay. It was still fucking dumb as shit. But
yeah.
I live with another woman now, so we'll see how that goes.
Hell yeah.
It's fun so far. Fucking
like, you live together or you're in a relationship?
Live together, dude. Fucking pissing with the door open.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm all the way in.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, confirmation that I'm no longer homeless today.
Nice.
On the way out. I'm officially on as a tenant there.
Sick.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I was homeless for. I mean, that was the crazy thing about going to Texas is I just kind of left.
You're just like, I thought about doing that. Like if I didn't have a girlfriend, I would have done that several times by now.
I've done it twice because when I came back the other time, I was not going to live where I was. Yeah. So twice I went to Texas. I mean, I had a job technically when I came back, but the first time, no job, no place to live, just going to figure it out with the money I got. And I figured it out. Found a place to live, got a job.
That's sick.
Worked a couple jobs at one point, you know. Didn't make a whole lot of money in Texas, but I made enough to get by.
Yeah.
Barely. Without going to see any of the cool shit in Texas that costs money.
You still able to smoke weed, or were you just so broke that you weren't getting high?
Oh, no, I got high. I mean, just hanging out with comics. There's people that are going to smoke you up. Like,
yeah, that's what I think every time I'm here. I'm like, if I ever run out of weed, I can
yo, Jamar.
Monday will be fine. Yeah, TJ.
Yo, TJ. I haven't seen TJ in a minute. I haven't seen anybody in a long
I literally didn't even know his name until
oh, really?
Like,
no, TJ's cool as shit. I love Jamar and TJ.
We always say what he was just, one time he saw my girlfriend's boobs, and one time he was like, damn.
Like he actually saw them, or just her cleavage and shit?
They were just
that's just show titties? Like,
no,
okay.
No, not out, but.
Hell yeah.
He said, damn, one time. That's okay, TJ. It's fine.
Do you have issues with people commenting? I assume you have an attractive girlfriend.
No, Chris said the only reason he talks to me here is because my girlfriend's thick the other week when he was bringing
Jesus
me up.
Christ. That sounds like a comic thing to say to another comic, though.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't sound real, but there might be some truth in it.
Yeah. Yeah, it might have. Yeah, there's a hint of truth in there.
That's his way of being like, yo, I'm married, but your girlfriend's fucking.
And then he was like, and then I think he felt bad. He was trying to apologize to my girlfriend, calling her thick. I'm like, she's not that white, Chris. It's still a compliment.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, it has to be a compliment though if other people compliment your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like, sure, as long as they're not trying to like make moves on her or flirt with her, or like hand her drinks that they stirred up themselves. You know,
dude. I had to. You obviously haven't seen the. I have to re-upload that, by the way. I had to take that down earlier because there's a portion that I had to edit out. But,
oh yeah,
yeah.
Which portion? Because I watched it.
Talking about.
I watched all of it.
But oh my God, what led to that? I'm fucking.
I have no idea. High. I'm ADHD. I kind of jump around a lot.
We're talking about. Oh God, podcast at Taylor's. Something led into the podcast at Taylor's though.
We somehow got on your girlfriend.
That's right. I had to bark at Taylor during the podcast because he offered her like 6 Dos Equis in a row. I'm like, she's fine, dude. She's got enough.
But he was trying to be a host, but he was also really drunk.
Yeah, he's a good dude. I don't think he was trying to.
At one point, I saw College just kind of like hold him a little bit, like.
Yeah.
It's okay, buddy.
Dude. You couldn't. He was off camera, but
no, I could hear it a little bit. Like not
the way
really,
it was set up was hilarious because like it was like we were sitting on a couch. Johnny's behind the camera, like across the room from all of us for most of it.
I saw him get on. He looked super uncomfortable.
He was. That's just how he looks. But
well, also being not drunk around.
All of us, yeah.
A couple people who are crazy drunk, and the rest have been chilling. You know.
I didn't know he was a lot younger than us either. He's like 24.
Yeah.
He
was like fresh out of college and was like, "Let me go back to high school and teach." Like,
yeah.
I'm like, why? Go do something.
God damn, dude. Yeah.
Like
Get me away from that place.
I was a substitute for like 2 months at my high school I went to, and I was like,
Oh, really?
This isn't worth it. Johnny Rad got me into being a substitute teacher. I used to have jokes about being a substitute teacher. I used to not steal them. I'd borrow the markers and draw Pokemon all day. That was what I did as a substitute.
I didn't know Johnny Red was like a recruiter for the.
Well, he just told me it was a way to make money, so I did it in my hometown, and it didn't make a lot of money.
I know. My dad, he was like, he suggested subbing to me one time.
There's not enough money to not curse all day and like have to yell at kids.
He was getting like $75 a day when my dad.
That was about it, but $75 was not cutting it at that point.
No,
for the amount of headache that I was going through.
No, $75 a day is not shit. You have to. My rule is if I'm not making $150 a day, I'm fucking broke. That's like pretty much it. Like,
and that's another cool thing too about me coming back is my job offered me more money to come back.
Yeah,
I like my job.
Yeah, just for where I live and like that's how much money I spend on dumb shit. I need $150 a day or pretty fucked.
Dude, Austin, food's expensive. Like even just like buying an energy drink at the store here the other day, I was like, damn, dude, it's like a whole $1.50 more. Yeah, like shit in Austin's just expensive. Like
I would think
that was a big thing for me not smoking.
Texas. No, it's just inflation because it's the city.
Gas was cheaper there.
Yeah,
dude.
Dude, when I went to the
Ethanol-free Bucky's gas goes forever.
we drove through Texas when I was like helping my friend move out to LA a couple years ago, and we went to a Big Texan Steakhouse, like the tourist trap in fucking Amarillo, and they had like fucking 40-ounce ribeyes for like $30, just the
A lot of steers out there.
That's what I mean. Yeah, fucking steer country. I thought meat would be cheap down there, dude.
Yeah, they know people will pay for it.
Oh, and then the other thing, when you fucking did you see the cattle? Did you drive through like North Texas any?
No, not really. I went through Dallas on the way back, just traveling that night. But
we drove through like the Panhandle, and like
I didn't
I've
go
never seen that
any
many
West
fucking
Texas
cows in my life, dude. Like it was crazy. It was it was disturbing. Like I was like, oh yeah, factory. I guess factory farming is bad. I don't know.
People say like the Panhandle sucks, so people don't go up
terrible.
there. And then like West Texas is like all desert and oil fields and shit.
Yeah, I definitely could not live there. There was
Austin's completely different from the rest of Texas, though. It's all big city now.
When you drive on the interstate, like around there, like I guess it's close to Amarillo, but like you see like I saw like it just like the horizon just like turned like black, and like I was like that's fucking weird looking, and then like you get up on it and you're like there's like dots and you're like what the fuck, and then you're like oh my god, that's just like literally a million cows.
Oh shit.
And like they're all like neck to neck. There's dudes with forklifts riding around picking up the dead ones and just carting them off because apparently they just sometimes
they just die.
they just die.
Got so many, sometimes they die.
I guess that was the $30 rib I was eating. I was eating the dead one, the dead cow.
This one's sun dried.
Yeah. Dry aged beef.
I will say that's one thing that's frustrating coming back here is everybody drives the speed limit or below.
Yeah.
Dude, in Texas everybody speeds. But I'm also used to being able to get to everything I need within 15, 20 minutes tops.
Yeah. No,
I get on the interstate and go 75, 80, just going like 5 minutes. And I'm just like off where I need to be.
That's something I'd figured out as a 30-year-old man that you can just go 15 over all the time and never get pulled over.
Depends on state police and where you're at and knowing your area a little bit.
I'm
cautious of
just
it.
lucky.
I have a dead inspection though.
Yeah.
I want to go 70 everywhere here.
Dude, I've been riding around 15 over with bad tag. I mean, catch me if you can, copper.
Yeah.
Bitch. But,
what's up?
Yeah, I just ride around DoorDash and 15 over all day, fucking pants down. Not giving a fuck, and they don't do bad tags.
Texas, it's hard to get caught for speeding in Texas.
Yeah.
There, you kind of have to just match the flow of traffic or get hit.
I have a friend who has like 5 speeding tickets in Texas because he used to drive back and forth from Idaho.
Well, it depends what part of Texas you're into, maybe. I don't know.
I think it was around Dallas where he would always get fucked.
Yeah, I heard Dallas. I mean, it's a bigger metropolitan area, so it's like they're probably a little more conscious of it. But, I mean, overall, I like Texas. It was hot as fuck during the summer. I mean, we went like a month with like over 100 degrees every day.
Surprised me you said you still got seasonal depression, dude. Does it get cold enough to like change?
That's more so just
time of the year.
Seasonal depression. Just it's seasonal. It's not really a cold weather thing.
I always attribute it to cold weather. I'm like, it's fucking cold outside. That's why I'm depressed.
It's holidays. It's being away from family.
So I should take that out of my like reasons to move places. Like no more seasonal depression.
It still gets cold there. I mean, there were still some cold days, but it doesn't really like snow or anything. But it only stays cold for like 2 months.
That's the only reason I want to move to LA is because the fucking weather is just it's like 70 degrees there year round, and it's not humid at all. Like my friends had an apartment, and they just like left the patio door open on like they never closed it.
I will say there's a lot of bugs in Texas.
Yeah,
a lot of bugs.
That's the other thing about LA. No fucking bugs. At least I saw.
Well, other than the ones crawling around the street trying to ask you for $1.
Yeah, that's the.
I mean, there's some pretty rough homeless in Texas, too. I mean, in Austin, dude, like, there's some of them buff.
I really didn't.
Some of them look like they've been working out all day, but they're just schizophrenic and on crack. I'm like, how you get so ripped?
Probably have been doing push-ups. They probably thought they were, like, solving problems if they do enough push-ups.
I got a whole bit about how they're all just wizards. We just can't tell because we're muggles.
Yeah.
Like, see a lady walking around with, like, scribbles on a piece of cardboard, and she's like, as in, like, not speaking English. Mm-hmm. I'm like, she's probably holding up a newspaper about someone got out of Azkaban or something.
Yeah.
Like, she's just a wizard. We can't tell. That's her disguise in Austin. It's just fucking homeless people.
I had a friend. I used to hang out with this dude. He was an older black gentleman named B, and he used to think stuff like that. Like fuck, he used to believe in like wormholes.
Oh, see, I didn't. Mine's just a joke.
No, no.
I don't take those people. Those people are like, yo.
No, I don't.
These people broke out of the Matrix.
Yeah, no, I don't. No, like I used to have a friend that actually thought that shit.
I got
like
a mark on my head, but it was feeling tight. I got a big head.
No, he would be like, yeah, no, they're on some other shit. They're not crazy.
Dude,
I'm like, I think they are B. I think they're fucking crazy.
When I first got to Austin, dude, I swear it was fentanyl because they were all laying around in the sun. Just the ones who were on fentanyl were like, whatever. The ones who were coming off of fentanyl and fiending hallucinate and just see shit. And then I swear, because I saw a lot of the drug deals happen because I worked on 6th Street at a rock and roll shop.
Hell yeah.
I see a lot of crack deals in the last 5 months. So there's been a lot of crack and schizophrenia, just people bugging out in the street and
I don't think I've ever seen crack in real life.
I saw it.
I've seen cocaine.
Literally saw the little crack rocks in the bag as he's handed it to dude in the broad daylight.
Yeah.
On the corner where I'm working, I'm like, dude, come on, man. Kind
of sweet though.
Walk around the corner. It's kind of sweet. Kind of like, oh man, you're helping that guy out, but you're gonna come in. That guy's gonna come in here and try to give me a dirty 20 that somebody gave him. Yep. So that I can break it for him. I was like, I don't break change. They buy $1. We sold the $1 lighters, so we got all the crack kids with $1 lighters, so they can blast off.
I gotta try to get a $1 lighter on Venice Beach.
Amount of times I had to throw a twitchy dude out of the fucking store, because he's bugging out, AC,
Right by the $1 lighter store was where I got accosted by fucking 40 dudes trying to sell me a mixtape.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. $1 lighters and mixtapes go hand in hand.
Dude, South by Southwest, there were so many up and coming rappers that were filming music videos. One filmed one in our store.
Oh shit!
They're just filming music videos out in the corner, and then you see the other corner during South by. They're all filming music videos out in the street. I'm like, come on, man.
I have a friend who
be original. Everybody else is doing it. You're not doing anything cool.
He's a photographer, cinematographer, but when he lived in Richmond, he one of the first videos he shot was it was in a smoke shop.
Oh,
and
really?
I was thinking how shitty would it be to work there and have to deal with some guy rapping.
I literally saw a guy
on your inventory
doing this to the camera, and his friends are behind him.
Yeah,
and it was metal T-shirts and horror movie shit in the store, and I'm like,
it's kind of
It's a cool, I guess, but
it's been done.
It's been done.
It's been done by every dumbass on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever, people you meet. I meet all sorts of I met comics there that I've never met before. I met people from bands. I met Steve Byrne there at the store I work at.
Yeah, that'd be the coolest thing about Austin, I think, is just running into people.
I saw Louis J. Gomez. They posted a picture of him from Mothership the other day, and he's wearing a shirt from our store.
Oh, shit.
And I know it's from our store because it's Pantera. It says Cowboys from Hell and Vulgar Display of Power on it, and they're from 2 different albums. But we sell a fucked up shirt that has them both on it.
You got the bootleg Pantera merch?
And he was wearing it. I knew he had to buy it across his... Because I worked a block away from the Mothership on the same street.
Okay.
Yeah.
6th Street?
Yeah. Around 6th Street. But I met people from bands. I met right before I left, the lead singer from a metal band called Amur.
Oh, shit.
Apparently he's friends with William Montgomery. I think William Montgomery might be a metalhead. Because when I first met him, he introduced himself to me backstage the first time I got on Kill Tony. It was really nice to me. Yeah. He was really sweet. How you doing? You all right, man? You cool? You need anything? And he's just smoking a cigarette. His little dog's down on the bottom of the stairs. But I was wondering if he only talked to me because I was wearing a Job for a Cowboy shirt. I wonder if he's just a metal guy and nobody knows.
Could be.
But he was also really sweet to me when I got off. He was like, you did a great job. And I was like, I'm a big fan. I'm freaking out. Yeah, he just got anxiety. He just got on Kill Tony the first time. I've got so many gel blasters.
You got so many gel... Dude, my friend knows the guy that owns the gel blaster brand, dude.
Hell yeah. They had setups at the arena show where you can go and shoot them for free. And
we used to...
I got 2 from being on the show. I haven't even opened them yet. I just keep them in the box.
Yeah, we used to make fun of him kind of for hanging out with the gel blaster guy. But it's sick.
Guy makes a lot of money, believe me.
Dude,
I've had people at Take 5 Oil try to offer me money for my gel blasters in my backseat.
I think it's the same guy, but this guy, the guy that owns gel blasters, he brought back Von Dutch from the dead.
What?
Yeah, dude. He bought.
I remember when that came back too.
He bought the brand after it went bankrupt and all that shit, and then he started making them again and kind of brought it back. Oh shit. But yeah, he got a. Oh, yeah. You got the Kill Tony notebook, dude?
Yeah, I got the big joke.
I forgot to ask about this thing. I forgot they existed.
I did good my first time. I did good my second time too. Ain't nothing but bad jokes in there.
I'm not gonna.
But yeah, no, that's what they give you. That's for a flyer for a show my buddy runs.
That's fucking sick, dude.
But yeah,
the Kill Tony notebook.
Online they sell those for $100.
Really?
The guy who makes them, Bones Eye, is really cool.
Dude, I was on Mark Norman's site not that long ago, and I was just looking at his merch, and he sold. There's out of stock. He sold a joke book. I was like, damn it. It'd just be sick to have a joke book. I have a fucking little...
I never use a joke. Do you know what's really terrible about me, Mitch? I never really write down my material.
I think that's better.
I write down like
rely on
keywords, and I just know how the bit goes, and it goes a little different every time, and I like that.
I get nervous.
It allows me to
like
riff a little bit without being so like stuck in how it's told.
I get nervous when I do like real shows where I feel like I shouldn't bring a notebook on stage just because.
I'm just not good at writing stuff down. I got thoughts and notes and stuff in my phone, and I might write something out if it's like specific way I want to say it, but I don't commit to the notes when I do write them down.
I get a
sadly.
similar size note. I'll write like a word.
The most writing I ever did was beans. And you saw me physically read that off the first time I ever did it.
Yeah.
Now I don't do anything like that. I mean, last time I did it here, I was just holding the sign, but I don't even hold the sign anymore. I just do it. I got it committed to memory. I do it a little different each time.
Yeah, I'll write down like a word. All my jokes are like kind of short anyway. I don't have any like 10-minute long ones.
I've been trying to write shorter jokes, and I just wind up writing a bunch of dad jokes all around the same subject.
Yeah.
Like that's what I do.
Mine started when I was like trying to do more storytelling, and then I did a story where I like killed my first deer this year, and I like have jokes in it, and I was running it at Mike and Roanoke, and this guy Jordan B came up to me and he was like, "Good story, but like trim the fat off of it," and like I did, and like and I fucking murdered next time, and like ever since then I'm like I just keep it. So I write as many words as I can, and then I try to trim it down.
Well, I think with a story, it's supposed to be a little longer, and then you kind of refine it.
Yeah. Or
I'll write a story, and I try to figure out better ways to say the thing I'm already saying.
Yeah.
So like that touchy baptism bit I do, I used to just ask the crowd, "You ever suck on a preacher's dick?"
Mm-hmm.
But then I changed it to, "You ever gargle in a good old God sent glizzy?" with like the alliteration of it.
Yeah,
like
good old God sent glizzies. That's a Colby Knight alliteration of you.
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, I've been doing that for a while.
That's a bomb one.
I've been doing that.
No, he didn't. I'm just saying that's something he would.
I like playing with words.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I find myself doing more wordplay than I think I do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, maybe that's just kind of like my thing. I mean, I wrote a whole spoken word comedy bit.
Yeah.
Where I say one word specifically a lot. And I've had other comics be like, have you ever thought about shortening it to like just like 2 or 3 of the best ones? I was like, but it doesn't tell the story of it, man.
Yeah, it's not the same thing.
It doesn't paint the picture.
It's a piece of art, you fucking sack of
shit. It goes from drugs to racism to sex to abortion.
It doesn't have to be all punchlines, people.
Yeah, allow me to just have a bit that's a spoken word bit, even if it's not like, not every line is supposed to be funny. It's all of it cumulatively together is supposed to be funny.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's supposed to be a kid's book, which I have been drawing.
Dude, you should.
I'm actually making it into a kid's book. I have drawing. I do the ADHD thing where I focus on it super hard for a bit.
Yeah, and then you drop it.
Then I drop it. But I've got maybe like a quarter of it initial sketches done already.
Fuck.
It's going to be like 40 pages.
Beans for kids.
Yeah. Beans is the name of it.
Fuck yeah.
Or just beans. I'm not sure yet.
I like beans. Beans is good.
It makes you think of the fart thing.
It really drives it.
But I don't go into the fart thing, and that throws people off.
Yeah, it's not a fart joke.
It's not a fart joke at all. It's actually all about people. It's not about beans at all. It's about human beings.
Breaking down barriers. I deleted the last 2 podcasts off this SD card before I started, or I thought I did, but apparently I didn't. So we have 3 minutes left. Is there anything you want to tell the people? PSA.
Public service announcement. Last year, I decided to up and leave my small town for the first time ever. To really go do my own thing. And I got to say, I benefited from it. It's hard and you will struggle, but chase the thing you want to do. Even though I'm back here where I started, it doesn't mean I can't go back and chase it again.
Yeah.
I saw what it was about. I walked the walk and talked the talk.
You're definitely probably better at comedy than everybody else for right now.
I already knew that. Yeah. Shit. Shit, Mitch. That's how it was before I left. Like,
really,
no, I'm joking. I'm so strong. No.
Yeah.
No. But I do get a lot of the reps. I've seen what it's like to be on a higher stage with a full crowd.
Yeah.
That totally kills any anxiety you have. Like doing the Kill Tony at the Mothership kills any other show I've ever done as far as like, oh, I'm worried. I'm not worried.
Yeah, for me what's killed anxiety is hosting my mic. That's the other
I've done some hosting gigs. I like hosting.
When you stay in your shithole town and you don't make shit of yourself, you can kill it at Big Lick and Roanoke, and Sean, the owner of a possibly failing bar or restaurant in Lynchburg, can ask you to host a weekly mic.
Hell yeah.
And you can go do that. But yeah, I was gonna say I do that so much and like nobody comes that like I'll see a bar in like we were at the beach. It was like a real problem I was having every time I was drunk and I walked past an empty place. I was like, I'm gonna go fucking murder those 3 people with my
sometimes you gotta do it
crowd
though.
work. Yeah.
That's the thing though. Even if it's 3 people, you gotta go up there and murder it like it matters.
Yeah.
And if they don't respond, it's just like, all right, I'm out.
I was like really
just say
feeling it
fuck
back
it.
then.
That's the thing, is
Yeah.
just not caring. That's the beautiful thing. People just don't care.
Yeah.
I care too much about little things.
I think I don't care.
But
in a
everyday
bad way.
interactions and what people think of me, I give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
Who cares?
that's the thing. Don't give a fuck. Chase the things you want to do.
Be yourself.
Yeah.
That's the dumbest thing you could ever say. But
Yeah,
whatever.
be yourself, loser.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Later, everybody.
Later. Bye.
Pound it, dude.